Good morning, I'm live in Long Beach, California, and this is your Namaste today. Good morning and Namaste, and welcome to Namaste Today in the Zodiac Weather. My name is Christopher Witecki. I am the Sensei to Serious Joy, here to stand in my heart each day and walk in the light. A pleasure to light walk with you again today, my friend. Thank you for joining me. I'm lovecasting live in 5 loving dimensions on the beautiful Temple of Gaia here in Long Beach, California on Tuesday, June 9th, 2015. And today we are 18 steps into Gemini as step 18 rules the day. Now in step 18, no matter what sign it is, it's the step where you decide and you act on that decision. So the story moves forward. We're in Gemini, the season of Gemini, and that means we are looking at our thoughts. And now by step 18, it means it's time to step forward or take action or decide on a mindset or a way of framing your mind. I talked yesterday about the cosmic clock, and I'll talk more about it today, where I believe that the framing is around a new belonging. So we're reprogramming our brains around a new belonging. And today you should find that you're taking the first step of that new belonging, of that new mental thinking. Now, Mercury is retrograde till Friday, so this is still, let's say, an experiment. But by Friday we do know. However, if you do know, you know. If you don't know yet, you will know. It's kind of impossible. The universe is going to push us along. But it does mean that there is some, continued kind of slowdown of communication because Mercury now is coming to a stop, and it will then turn around and come back. So it might mean that things are slower. You're waiting longer for emails, that sort of thing, or just waiting for longer for more information. That's because really I think the universe is giving you as much time as possible to make this decision. Now, looking at the architecture of incarnation, the key states today are I love, that's the 1, and I decide, that's the 8. So today when we love and we decide, it adds up to a 9, I act, I am. And that's what the ruling state of awareness is today, is I am. So we end up taking action, wanting to be, wanting to become that what we have decided. And when you embody it, when your mind embodies it, you indeed begin to become what that is. So it's a powerful day. Now, emotions today are, again, compassionate because the moon is in Pisces. And so today we're going to be picking up on things. And I'll be talking about today in the cosmic clock how we're going to actually do some healing as the moon crosses over Chiron. But before we dive into all of that, let's first tame our brain, shall we, with the phrase of the day. Today I decide with my heart, and I act with my head. Today I decide with my heart, and I act with my head. So very simply, whatever you come into a decision today, if you want to practice this, then decide what you want at Starbucks with your heart, and act with your head. Don't burn yourself drinking the coffee. You know what I mean? But practice this. Because you may find that suddenly someone gives you an opportunity in the next 24 hours or so, like, hey, we've got a job for you, do you want it? You need to decide with your heart and act with your head, okay? That is the formula of Step 18. Take it from a Step 18 Taurus right here who's been trying to polish this formula his whole life. So today, put it in the brain and keep it that way. I hereby decide with my heart, and I will act with my head. And so it is, because I said so, I thought so. Now, moving on to today's colors and chakras. The sun is literally setting here, so I might start to glow on you, but I'm going to go with it here. I love being out and roving reporting. We are working with cool colors. It starts with yellow. Everything is mellow yellow for both the state of awareness of Gemini and Cancer for both seasons of the summer season. And that means that it's time to clear out your solar plexus, remove any fear, fill that sort of thing with love, and make sure you eat and you sleep, because those two really don't work well if the body's unhappy. Then when we would decide, we actually open up the third eye, which is the indigo color. So there's a lot of people who are Generation Indigo on the planet. That's because they're here to decide where we're going. They're here to be the vision of where we're going. But I decide is actually the back of the third chakra. The third chakra, the third eye sees into the future of what we are creating, but the decision closes off what we are no longer creating, so we close that off. And then finally, of course, it's important to talk about the root chakra, because it all adds up to I am. And that is, of course, our root, I am, whoop, whoop, the root. And that means red, that means we're aggressive, it means we're impatient today. It also means exercise will go a long way. So let's now take a look at the timing of today with the cosmic clock. And here we are with the cosmic clock. Well, the sun has progressed to step 18, Gemini. Gemini is what we think, and step 18 is time to decide and act on what we think. And I've said it before, I'll say it again, it's most likely going to be what we think, but if it's not based on the right belonging, it's not going to work. Here's why. Mercury. Mercury is at step 4, and that is where he will stop, Freddie Mercury that is, stopping at step 4, which is I belong. In other words, there will be a point where your mind belongs thinking a new way. And to me, that belonging is really a new perspective, a new way of framing the same old picture. It's not going to change except the way you look at it that changes. And once you look at it from a different perspective, you look at it from a different point of view, you immediately belong to a new set of thinking and you slingshot to that new world. So really, you've got until Friday to figure out where you belong. And as you well know, where you belong is based on the heart. Now, Mars today is going to put up the pressure. Mars is at step 20. Step 20 is I feel and I protect. You need to protect that. What happens is it turns into passion. This is the pressure cooker that is involved in every kind of transit. So the mind now might be in flurry of detail, a flurry of possibility, and that's okay. My little bet here, or my little advice I should say, is that when your mind goes a flurry, don't try to process all of it. Just get whatever word goes by. So in other words, if you're in the heat of passion, as you well know how it goes, it's just like you don't have time to say much. Love, amazing, crazy, like you can't get all the words. So today, expect that. You're going to get aggressive. You're going to get passionate on a high level. This is to get you up and going to the new belonging. Now, Venus is at step 4 Leo. So this is it, in my opinion. See how this all works? Venus is how we receive. Leo is I love, which means today Venus says we're going to receive love from a new belonging. Now, you may go into an emotional breakdown over a love today. That's because you're holding on to the old heart belonging. So if you find yourself in sorrow, feeling bad, well, you're holding on to the old. It's time to belong to the new. Your heart did that. It's done. It's time to move on. And so today Venus is assisting in the step 4. Also helping with the parade is the moon. The moon is in Pisces and giving us some compassion. Compassion is basically the neutral. So it's the clutch, the spiritual clutch. If you want to shift gears on earth, you've got to apply compassion in order to switch the gears, anything else. And that means you don't judge yourself on anything. You give yourself a full pardon. You give yourself all the time you absolutely need to get the job done. So today the moon is in Pisces, but it is crossing over Chiron. That means we will have a moment sometime during the day where we release, when maybe we let go, where we face our shadow, basically. Yesterday I said, listen to the shadow. Today you face that shadow. Today you heal that shadow. You bring light to it. And that means old wounds may die today as you step into the new thinking. Now, Saturn is at step 0, Sagittarius. And Sagittarius, of course, is our beliefs. Step 0 is protection. With Saturn being at step 0, that means we could throw out a whole set of beliefs or subscribe to a whole new set of beliefs. So along with this new framing might be a whole new system of beliefs. Well, I know it's a whole new system of beliefs. I don't think. I'm just letting you discover it on your own. You know what I mean, says Sensei. But it will come with a whole new set of beliefs, and those beliefs will grow into new things. And so Saturn there is holding there for you to switch beliefs right before it goes back into Scorpio, where we'll change boundaries to suit the new beliefs. Now, Pallas, interestingly enough, I want to point out, is at step 21 today, step 21 of Sagittarius. Pallas is Jupiter's daughter, his spoiled daughter that got everything she ever wanted to build the greatest palace in the world, okay? And she also is responsible for health care and all sorts of wonderful things. Well, right now she's conjuncting the galactic center, and that means that our grandest dreams are being aligned with God consciousness, which is creator, which is you, which is us, where we come from. So today we are from 0 to eternity, basically with belief, as we open up to a new belonging. So now I want to show you a little map I thought of that I wanted to kind of show, which is what I'm going to call a keystone map. And this is a way of looking at how the steps are working together. We're going to use the same cosmic clock here, but I'm only going to reveal today all the 4s. Look at all the 4s. All the 4s are where we will have to switch belonging. So today we have to switch belonging with Mercury at step 4. We also switch belonging with Pluto at step 14. So we're going to switch belonging at the same time. The rules will change. Venus, of course, she's going to switch at step 4, which means that we'll be changing where we receive love, okay? And this is the step 4 harmony of today, so there's a lot of belonging. It's the mind, it is our rules, and it is where we drink from. Pretty powerful things. One more little keystone map. Little car going by here, working with it. And that is the keystone map of step 21. Step 21 is when we start to have fun. Now, the two planets at step 21 are Pallas, basically, which is now conjuncting the galactic center. So we're opening up to unlimited possibilities with step 21. And Chiron is step 21 Pisces, which the moon will cross over. So when you do that release with Chiron, you will feel a new day. So this means with the step 21s, there's 2 places in our life that we are opening up to new possibilities. One is life after healing, which is new for lots of us right here, raise your hand in class. And the other is the greatest possible, reality, which is really unlimited possibilities in Sagittarius, right? Cool stuff. So before we go to commercial, let's first do our telepathy test, today's telepathy. And as you well know, we're working on Geminis for today's telepathy, and we do this so that we can make our telepathy strong. And today I'm going to do famous Gemini actresses, okay? You might want to close your eyes and see which one. So a lot of people are wondering, how do you do this? Well, close your eyes, listen to my voice. You want to close your eyes because you want to take away information so you can pay attention to small information, like the subtleties. So you take away the big information, and you see if anything vibrates extra different inside of you when you hear one of these. So here are the 3. Which one of these famous Gemini actresses am I thinking about? Is it number 1, Gemini Nicole Kidman, number 2, Gemini Annette Bening, or number 3, Gemini Helen Hunt? I'll have the answer for you right after this. Introducing Secrets of Birthdays. Bow chicka bow wow. Are you ready to find love? Bow chicka bow wow. Your secrets are coming out. Bow chicka bow wow. All those sexy secrets are available at secretsofbirthdays.com. Bow chicka bow wow, baby. And welcome back to Namaste Today. So for the answer to today's telepathy, from my temple to yours, I was beaming you one of these famous Gemini actresses. Was it number 1, Nicole Kidman, number 2, Annette Bening, or number 3, Helen Hunt? And the answer is Nicole Kidman. Many reasons why she's on my mind for Geminis. For one, I've always admired Nicole's work. I think she's she's brilliant and she's beautiful and she's interesting to me. But also, she is a 6/20/67. That's her birthday. So she is a Grandmaster Gemini, step 29. And I think that's how she can just upload into her brain all sorts of characters, and how she can probably stand being married to Tom Cruise. Interestingly enough, too, Annette Bening, I think, actually deserves an Oscar for being married to Warren Beatty. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how these Geminis do it, you know what I'm saying? And you could even go further to say Angelina Jolie married to Brad Pitt. These Geminis can get along with big egos and not be intimidated. So kudos to them. But here's the weird thing. Did you guys see that HBO documentary called Going Clear about Scientology? It was fascinating. I recommend as a light walker that you take a look at it, because it exposes what's going on in the Scientology kind of religion. And what really just completely made me disgusted was the fact that allegedly Scientology interfered with her and Tom's marriage and tried to interfere with her custody. And boy, did that piss me off to find out someone interfered with the mother's custody. I was just like, what? You know what I mean? So it's so not good. So let's move on to today's rock and roll gospel, and we're exploring Gemini musicians. And this one is a blast from the past to the 80s. In fact, I remember this one from when I was in 8th grade because all the girls love this guy. I am saying Nigel John Taylor of Duran Duran. Pretty much known as John Taylor, but he goes by Nigel. That's his first name. And John Taylor, of course, was a big hit with Duran Duran. When I was growing up, Duran Duran was what it's all about. I'm going to actually, here's the thing about John before I move on. His birthday, the exact same as Nicole Kidman's. No kidding. He's a Grandmaster Gemini. Can play any song, I guess, can upload any song. So we had this kind of weird thing. By the way, again today, just like yesterday, I just picked 2 and they had the same birthday. I had no idea. So some cool synergy going on with that. So listen to Duran Duran. Here's the song I picked because I think it has to do with the way our mind is programmed. And when we're going to reprogram our mind, what we are kind of undoing. And that is, of course, the reflex Flex, 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 right? So the reflex, like your old mind thinking is the old reflexes, and we're building new reflexes. And that's what today is about putting into action our thoughts and building new reflexes, all right? So that moves us on to today's Joy Quest. Today's Joy Quest, should you choose to accept it, is to act out your new thinking. In other words, create the new reflexes, right? So act out your new thinking. That means if you're thinking that you're going to be a nice person, be a nice person. If you're thinking you want to speak nicely of yourself, speak nicely of yourself, right? Whatever it is you're trying to change in your thinking, act it out. When you act out thinking, it becomes permanent. A lot of people tell me, I can't control my brain. That's what my son used to say when he was a kid. My brain made me do it, Dad. I'm like, no, son, you control your brain, especially as a Gemini. And so I was like, that's not the way it works, son, you know. But the truth is that, you know, our brains get programmed in certain ways in certain directions. And what God says to do is you act out the new thinking. That will automatically, the body moves forward, forcing the mind to go forward. And hopefully the body's not pushing somewhere the soul doesn't want to be. So today's joy question, you choose to accept it, is go around acting out your thinking. But before you act out the new thinking, let's take a look at the moods of each of your brothers and sisters today and your daily soul vitamin. And today my daily soul vitamin is based and sponsored on Chiron. It's step 21, which is where you should believe and face the unknown. That's what I describe step 21 Chiron is. Now it's time to open up and believe and face the unknown. This will happen with the moon crossing over Chiron today, and I'll give you that formula for each of the 12 signs in the 11 steps of serious joy, starting with the secret step, step 0, the Scorpios. Scorpios, sunny and playful today, but it's time to believe and face the unknown when it comes to your dreams actually coming true. Step 1, the Leos, sunny with a chance of handy today, but it's time to believe and face the unknown when it comes to transforming your life. Step 2, the Cancers, sunny and passionate today, but it's time to believe and face the unknown when it comes to living according to what you really believe versus trying to make everyone else happy is the way I look at that. Step 3, the Sagittariuses, sunny, nested, and likely rested today, but it's time to create the right home or the right nesting for you. So time to believe and face the unknown of what an actual good home would be. You know, for a traveling soul, that's a big deal. Step 4, the Aquarians, sunny and busybodies today, but it's time to basically face the unknown when it comes to getting what you're actually worth. Step 5, the Geminis. Happy birthday, Gemini. Sunny and professional today, but it's time to believe and face the unknown when it comes to your future and your career. Step 6, the Librans, sunny and hypersensitive to their surroundings today, but it's time to believe and face the unknown with life being actually peaceful. So it's totally new, I think, for Librans to create a peaceful life, even though that's what they rule. Step 7, the Pisces, sunny and cool today. It's time to believe and face the unknown with the idea of being who you want to be. That's totally new to a Pisces. Again, you're always bouncing off of everyone around you, not being yourself. Step 8, the Capricorns, sunny and chatty today. This is a big one for Cappies, but it's time to believe and face the unknown that anything is possible. That your mind gets way too rigid there, Cappy. Step 9, the Aries, sunny and rather confident today, but it's time to believe and open up to the unknown when it comes to your spiritual potential. I know how many heavy rocks you can lift, but what's your spiritual potential? Step 10, the Tauruses, sunny and social today. Time to believe and open up to new possibilities with social success. And that is true. Never experienced that before. I mean, I feel successful now, don't get me wrong, but you know what I'm saying. Step 11, the Virgos, sunny and sentimental today, but it's time to believe and go with the unknown when it comes to true love actually existing. And I'll just give you a hint there, right there, as far as true love is concerned. Part of it is non-judgment that leads to the true love. So if you were watched over my personal text message sensei service today at 11:11, I'm going to actually help you understand where your authority comes from. This is based on your ascendant and based on your Saturn. So where your authority comes from might help you with today's decision. And at 3:03 p.m., I'm actually going to tell you where your authority is focused now. So where is Saturn now in your chart? and how is that maybe affecting today's decision. All that part of the Personal Sensei Network. If you'd like to be watched over, it's just $19.95, and it's like I'm with you all day long. Try it out. It's amazing. Come on down to SeriousJoy.me. And I have another announcement. If you would like to get a reading, they are now video recorded, and I'm doing a special sale. If you want to be involved in my commercials that everyone will have to watch, like Secrets of Birthdays, then you can get a reading for $99 and sign your life away to be in my commercials. If you'd like to do that, come on down to soulmart.me. And I want to remind you that I love you and I appreciate you, and I'm so grateful that you're walking with me. I'm going to be touring around the country. Long Beach is just one of my first stops. It's been a great time. I love Long Beach. If anyone's coming to California, I'd say Long Beach is where it's at. OC has a lot of popularity, but frankly, it's so white in OC. I need a little color, a little flavor. You know, white people can be a little boring sometimes. No offense, you know, but it's true. Long Beach, totally multiracial, totally multilingual, totally on the beach, and it's totally a family community. So I've had a good time here and enjoyed myself. I'll be light walking some more, maybe near you. And remember, my friend, I love you. Be sure to act out that new thinking, and of course, live, love, be. This is just so ironic. So